This week on the Island Times News Update, Neptune Beach gives local businesses another 6 months to comply with its sign ordinance. Jacksonville Beach wants to create a new vision for its downtown and look for an expansion at Pablo Towers to begin this spring. This is the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. In 2004, the city of Neptune Beach passed a sign ordinance intended to do away with pole signs and large monument signs and to bring signs down closer to the ground. The current ordinance limits freestanding signs to 96 square feet and 8 feet in height. It required any sign that was damaged or fell into disrepair to be brought into compliance when it was replaced, and all signs were to have been brought into compliance by April 5, 2014. So far, 36 businesses have brought their signs up to code, with 22 still out of compliance. A handful of those business owners came before the Neptune Beach City Council Monday night, saying they had not updated their signs for a variety of reasons, including economic hardship, limitations of lot size, and issues with DOT-mandated traffic sight lines. Businesses with non-conforming signs were notified 3 times over the past 10 years, with 2 of those notices coming in 2004 and 2005. The 3rd notice went out in February of this year. The council passed a resolution Monday night that gives it the authority to extend the time period for compliance with the sign ordinance by 180 days, with the option of adding a second 6 months. Councilor John Jolly objected to the prospect of giving businesses another year to bring their signs into compliance after 10 years. Mayor Harriet Pruitt said she was concerned that business owners might assume that the city will never require them to replace their signs, but went along with the 180-day extension. The ordinance will be considered on second read at the next regular meeting of the council, April 7th. The city of Neptune Beach will enter into negotiations with Crystal Broen, an attorney with the Marks Gray law firm in Jacksonville, to serve as the city's special magistrate for code enforcement issues. Broen was one of 3 attorneys to submit resumes in application for the position. City Attorney Richard Kwiatkowski recommended to the council that Broen be selected for the position. She's done work for the city in the past, including assisting in the prosecution of the case against Edith Alcorn, a woman who was found to be keeping a large number of cats in squalid conditions in her home. The city of Jacksonville Beach will spend up to $19,000 to hire a consultant who will help with a visioning program for the downtown area. The consultant is Jim Peters, president of the Responsible Hospitality Institute, and he will help lead the city in developing what Mayor Charlie Latham hopes will lead to a, quote, more hospitable downtown. Most on the council were in favor of hiring the consultant, though Councilman Keith Doherty said he would rather see what Retail Strategies, the company that was hired to help identify ways to improve the retail situation in Jacksonville Beach, comes up with before engaging another consultant. Retail is the key to moving beyond being a bar and restaurant zone, Doherty said during the meeting. But overall, the council was supportive of Peters' hiring. Mayor Charlie Latham said it's time for the council to, quote, step back and say what we want downtown, and we can't really do that without some outside help. This is an investment in the comprehensive improvements in the quality of life in Jacksonville Beach. This is really important for the evolution of our city. Construction will likely begin this spring on a new administration and housekeeping facility at Pablo Towers. The Beaches Christian Service Corporation has filed an application to tear down the 1-story structure adjacent to the Pablo Towers development for the elderly, and in its place build a 3-story building for administrative offices, housekeeping functions, a community dining gathering room with a full commercial kitchen, and a 15-bed semi-independent residential facility. Building the new facility will require the establishment of a redevelopment district to allow the proposed 3-story structure. That ordinance was considered by the Jacksonville Beach City Council on first read and passed unanimously Monday night. Beaches Watch hosted a panel discussion focused on proposed water withdrawals from the St. Johns River. The panel discussed various aspects of the issue. Riverkeeper Lisa Reineman said that state and local government should do more to enforce existing regulations, as well as potentially offering incentives to property owners for conservation. She said that a study used by the St. Johns River Water Management District, while peer-reviewed, was incomplete and did not use accurate modeling to arrive at its conclusions. Dr. Ed Lowe, a scientist with the Water Management District, defended the study, saying it showed there was an amount of surface water that could be withdrawn from the river without causing adverse environmental effects. There are 2 proposed plans for withdrawals of up to 155 million gallons of water a day from the river, which the Riverkeeper and the St. Johns River Alliance say is an unsustainable amount over the long term. And finally this week, the city of Jacksonville Beach held a grand reopening for the Paws Dog Park near the municipal golf course Monday. The city spent more than $200,000 to renovate the park over the past 3 months. Applications to use the park are available online or from the city's Parks and Recreation Department. From the calendar, the Atlantic Beach Experimental Theater will present Red, opening March 14th. The play is described as a moving and compelling account of Mark Rothko, one of the greatest artists of the 20th century, whose struggle to accept his growing riches and praise became his ultimate undoing. New York Times best-selling Florida mystery author Randy Wayne White will be at the Bookmark in Beach's Town Center on Saturday, March 8th at 7 p.m. White will talk about and signed copies of his new Doc Ford novel, Bone Deep. Sunday, March 9th marks the return to daylight savings time, which also means changes in watering restrictions around the area. The hours of irrigation will remain before 10 a.m. and after 4 p.m., However, watering will be increased to 2 days per week instead of 1. Beginning March 9th through November 2nd, odd-numbered addresses may water on Wednesdays and Saturdays, even-numbered addresses may water on Thursdays and Sundays, and commercial sites may water on Tuesdays and Fridays. Speaking of water, the National Weather Service says most of the rain has moved out and we can expect sunny and warmer weather over the weekend with highs in the 70s through most of the week. The next chance of showers arrives on Wednesday. The Island Times is always digital, always free at www.theislandtimes.com. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.